40-year-old vines. Okay, say this with me. 40-year-old vines, 2 years in French and American oak, and then 3 years in bottle before it hits markets. And they're only charging $20. Okay, so here we go. LCBO wines on sale for the month of April. We have about 18 of them. We're gonna review them from lowest to most expensive. Okay, on to wine number 6. So, ciao Italy, hello Canada, oh Canada. Pinot, Henry of Pelham, that's what we're looking at over here. This guy's coming from the Niagara Escarpments. Niagara is doing some really, really good stuff with Pinot and Gamay. These thinner skinned grapes like the cooler climate. So this guy here, $17.95, $2 off right now, so $15.95. 100% Pinot. Okay, and that's important when we're buying a Pinot. We want the Pinot to be 100% Pinot. Seems obvious, right? Why am I saying a Pinot should be 100% Pinot? Because there are winemakers out there that don't make Pinot Noir with 100% Pinot. It's mind-boggling. Naomi, I know you're listening. You should be in jail. They don't even disclose the grapes that go into their Pinot Noir because it should be 100% Pinot. They didn't even state that. That's crazy. We'll look at that later. We'll look at that later. Anyways, right now we're going to focus on the good stuff. We're going to focus on Henry and Pelham, Pinot Noir, on sale, 100% Pinot. What are we going to get in the glass? We're going to get cherry. We're going to get some strawberry. We're going to get a little bit of a raspberry in there. You get a little bit of beet, a little bit of mushroom, earthiness, smoke. Okay? Very nice acidity. Nice acidity. Little tannins. So we're going to want to pair this guy with something delicate. Okay, we don't want to overpower this wine. So my favorite, when it comes to Pinot, I like beetroots. I like beetroots. So sometimes I have a beetroot salad, goat cheese. You can have a little bit like some type of toasted nut. Sometimes something that picks up a good smokiness, like a toasted pecan, would be good. But then you want to finish it with some type of a reduction. So a balsamic reduction, balsamic glaze, maybe a cherry or a cranberry or a raspberry infused glaze. Maybe just a dash of, like a truffle oil or even a garlic oil, something there to put a little bit of fat in there. That would be my number one pairing with this guy. Also, he's going to go with duck, cranberry sauce, awesome. There is a nice earthy and smoky element to this wine because he does spend about 6 months in French oak, but it's very delicate. The wood is very well integrated, it doesn't overpower the wine, very, very clean and crisp. Awesome wine. Okay, wine number 7. So we're going from Canada to Australia. Killikanoon, Killerman's Run. I love this wine. I've been buying this wine since 2010, 2011. And the awesome thing with this wine is the price hasn't gone up since that, it's a decade now, it's 12 years, right? And the price hasn't gone up. So $20 at the LCBO, $3 off right now. So $19.95, $16.95, 100% Shiraz. Okay, nothing else in there. 100% Shiraz. That sees, I do believe, is about 15 months in seasoned oak. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of toastiness going on in this wine. So in your palate, what are you going to get? Well, he's Shiraz because he's New World. So black fruits, dark fruits, lots of blueberry. You are going to get this nice like a leather component to him. Perhaps because of the seasoning that's happening in that oak for 15 months, right? That's quite a long time, almost a year and a half, a year and a quarter. And you're also going to get like this sweet licorice, just like anise, fennel type thing happening there. So you get this nice rich dark fruit, and then you have the that savory leather, and then you have the sweet and savory herb. So very, very full-bodied wine. This guy has big tannins. Okay, big tannins, strong wine. So whenever we have big tannins, we want to pair that with fat, right? And because we're in Australia, we're going to fire up the Barbie. How do you say? Bobby, fire up the Bobby. Barbecue. Okay, so we're going to do barbecue steak. We're going to do barbecue sausage, Gouda cheese. Okay, awesome. Go to town on it. Get this guy. Okay, here we go. Wine number 8. Still in Australia. This time we're at Penfold's, Kanoonunga Hill. And what we're looking at here is a nice reduction again. This guy was 20 bucks, and I think he's about 250 off. So 1750. May be wrong, but I believe he's 250 off. Okay, so what's this guy made up of? He is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz. And you're looking at 50-50 mix with this guy. He sees about 10 months in seasoned oak again. So nice, toasty characteristics are going to be on the palate in this wine. Now, because we have Cabernet in this wine, we are going to have some cassis on the palates. We're going to have a little bit of, so there's like this dark cherry that gets created when you have the you know, the Cabernet and the Shiraz. When they mix and they mingle and they collide. These are two big wines, right? Two big grapes. So thick-skinned, big tannic wine. So these guys are like punching each other. So you're getting your blackberries, your blueberries, you're getting your dark cherries. Then you're going to get like a lot of savory herbiness going on in this wine, and that's primarily coming through from the Cabernet. Even though this wine is made in the Barossa Valley, which is quite warm and they have high temperatures there, the Cabernet still expresses very herbal characteristics. So you're going to get some sage and rosemary going on in there. You are still going to pick up on a little bit of licorice. So nice, big, ripe fruits, but you also have this nice earthy, herby character to it, a nice savory character to it. So what are we gonna eat with this guy? Well, if you know, if we're picking up on rosemary and sage and black pepper in the wine, then you want to make sure that you're putting that into your protein. And again, because these guys have big tannins, we want some fat. Okay, so we're hitting the barbecue again, and with this guy, ribeye steak. Okay, ribeye, black pepper, sage, good to go. Smoked Gouda. Okay, and that's it. That's all you need. Nice and simple. Okay, here we go. Wine number 9. So, adios to Australia and hola, Spain? Hola to Spain. And this wine, one of my favorite wines. This is one of my favorite wines at the LCBO. Easily available throughout the world, I'm sure. Very popular wine. Monasterio Vinas, Monasterio du las Vinas, something like that. You know, I'm a manja cake, whatever. But Gran Reserva. So what does that mean? Well, a lot of time in wood, right? Lots of time in wood and lots of time in bottle. This is coming from the region of Carigna in Spain. And price point, $2 off, 20 bucks, down to 18 bucks. This guy is a crazy steal just at $20, okay? Because of the amount of time that has gone into making this wine such a polished product. Inside the bottle, you're getting Garnacha, which is your Grenache, you're getting your Tempranillo, and you're getting some Carignan. So very popular grapes in Spain. What makes these grapes special, and get ready for this, okay, is the age of the vines. How old are these vines? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? No, they're 40 years plus. 40-year-old vines for $20 a bottle? Crazy, okay? But then they're spending 2 years in a combination of 50% French and American oak. But they don't stop there. Then they put it for 3 years in bottle. 40-year-old vines, okay, say this with me, 40-year-old vines, 2 years in French and American oak, and then 3 years in bottle before it hits market, and they're only charging $20. We're going to be talking about some other wines later on, you know, the Brunello del Montalcino, which has the same practices in place where it's 2 years in wood, 3 years in bottle, 5 years before market. But entry-level Brunello del Montalcino, you're looking at $50 a bottle. 50 bucks. Anyways, so quality. Now, what the heck is this guy tasting like? You know, I've tasted all these wines before, so going into the memory bank is, you know, it's it's still there. So I'm so glad that this and this are still talking to each other. That's good. So your Grenache and your Tempranillo. So you're going to get nice dark cherry that comes through in this wine. You're going to get there's a plummy component to them. There's tobacco, sweet tobacco, a little bit of leather, and then you're going to get some smoke, and then the smallest hint of vanilla. Okay, not overpowering. Everything is well integrated because he's already spent 3 years in the bottle settling. So in terms of tannins and acidity for this wine, medium to low. Medium to low. Okay, so you don't need, so not a big tannic wine, so you don't need a lot of fat when you're pairing this. The acidity is moderate, so you can get away with some sauces, some tomato sauces. This wine will go well with. But what I think that I would really love to pair this with, again, herb crusted lamb loin with stuffed red bell pepper. Now, what do you stuff the bell pepper with? Chorizo. I'm gonna stuff it with some chorizo, and then we're gonna hit it with some manchego. Hit it with the manchego. Stuffed red bell pepper, chorizo, and manchego. Boom. Done. Okay, here we go. Wine number 10. Hola, Spain. Again, okay, we're sticking in Spain, and this time we are going to Borja. Borja, Spain. Borja, B-O-R-J-A. I think the J is silent in the Spanish language. Borja, Spain. So the name of this guy here is Picos. Picos Garnacha. So, 20 bucks, $2 off. Not big, but what's in the bottle is big. 100% Garnacha, 100% Grenache. 5 months in brand new French oak. Okay, new oak, no cutting corners here, no reused barrels. These guys are going for the pure stuff. Only 5 months in, so it doesn't overpower the wine. What are we getting in the glass? Oh, before we get to that, so this is why we want this wine. This is why we want this wine. Why do we want this wine? How old are the vines? How old are the vines? Again, $20 wine, 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old vines for $20 and 5 months in brand new French oak. You're getting in the glass, you're getting dark cherry, you're getting prune. These are not two typical characteristics of Grenache, but because the vines are so old, you get this full ripe fruit that you don't find in other Grenache wines. Okay, you're not going to find these characteristics in the south of France. Okay, but we're seeing them here. So it's only 20 bucks, 18 bucks now. All these wines I'm recommending today, you have to just try them once. Try it once, see what your palate thinks. You don't like it, no harm done. So you're getting also on this guy. So you got your prune going on here, black cherry, but you're also getting some baking spices going on. So a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cocoa powder. Very well done, very well integrated. Nice balance between the oak and the ripeness of fruit in this wine. What are we going to pair this with? So it's Grenache. Tannins are very, very low. The acidity is moderates too. Okay, so we want something lean again. We're going to go back up to exactly what we recommended in the previous dish. Okay, we're going to go right back up. So what we recommended with the Monasterio, similar profile. Okay, so we're going to do the herb crusted lamb loin. So you can put some rosemary on there. You can put a little bit of garlic on there. You get your red bell pepper. You stuff it with your chorizo, manchego. You're good to go. Boom.